Hello, trading is closed on July 7th, 2015. As usual, let's go over my calls from yesterday. First, I said I expected higher prices today, and after a lot of false moves, that's where we ended up. I said it was very risky to keep a position overnight, and after I made the call, we traded significantly higher and significantly lower than the price at the time I made the call. I was happy to see that we got rid of one of our failed targets from April 1st and that we found support under the target. There aren't too many of these left, failed targets that is. During the day, mejt said this drop was a false move and that prices would return here, which they did. Said this afternoon drop wasn't for keeps either and that prices would return to this price, which they did. And there's no new mejt call for tomorrow. Well, what were all these shenanigans yesterday? We've been looking at the 78-minute chart. I said I did not know if the pattern would go to completion, and it didn't really have to, but it did. Here's bar 13 of the sequential buy signal, and this is number 12 and number 13 with an early finish, which is allowed of the combo buy signal. So the buy signals worked on the 78-minute chart. They were in alignment, that's the wrong chart. They were in alignment with a sequential buy signal on the 65-minute chart, and we have some to mark buy signals on other time frames too, although I think they're kind of long in the tooth. It pays to keep track of the diamonds. Here's a diamond from June, and if you set the Fibonacci grid at the Fibonacci 23.6%, you will see that it targeted the low on the nose. Well, what's going to happen tomorrow? We made this low, this low, this low. We closed over all of them. We couldn't hold on to the lows. And if you look at this blue line, we couldn't even hold on to some earlier lows from May and even April. That's a rejection of this down move. Now the rejection could be rejected too. We need to go past today's close, even if slightly, to make this a valid rejection. But that's pretty strong action. In fact, it's a lot stronger than I was anticipating. The overall market health is just awful. We were up today, and the percentage of stocks in favorable patterns continues to circle the drain. If you look at a daily chart, these are TDST lines. You can see we got support under the line. You can also see we have a reversal bar, which involves the lower Bollinger Band when it's flat. Now, it might not stay flat. These can morph into other things. But one of my trading rules is a reversal bar on a Bollinger Band when it's flat targets a challenge, not necessarily a touch, but a challenge of the other Bollinger Band. Well, right now that's at 2132. That's over 50 handles higher. Frankly, I don't believe it, but that's what the rule says. I think the long-term pattern remains bleak, but I don't have any sells specifically for tomorrow. And if we trade over today's close, I don't really have anything signaling a reversal tomorrow. I'm not going to make a specific call for tomorrow, the 8th, and usually when I don't make a specific call, the market closes little changed. One of these days I'm going to have the guts to say no change is the call, but this isn't the day. I'm not making a call specifically for tomorrow, and I think the long-term picture remains bleak, but the short-term, as long as we trade past today's close, is reasonably positive, and that's today's call.